Last year, I had a negative attention span. My capacity to focus on anything was zero. And it made my life feel so bad because every time I was eating, commuting, or taking a shit, I would have to have my phone on me or at least be listening to music, something like that. And it made my quality of life so bad. It made every moment without it feel painstakingly boring. And it was such a crippling feeling as well because I'd be watching my grades drop, my physique was getting worse, and my overall quality of life would be going down and down and down for no apparent reason. And if you can relate to that feeling, then this video is perfect for you because I managed to fix it. I feel so much better now a year later. My skin's all cleared up. And honestly, life is just sunshines and rainbows when you fix your dopamine. Your body uses dopamine for a lot of different things, but for the interest of this video, we're just going to talk about expectations and motivation. So, in terms of expectations, when you expect something good to happen, the reason you feel motivated to go and pursue that is because of dopamine, because you get a dopamine spike. So, let's imagine you're fishing, for example, the hook is in the water, wherever it's floating around, and a fish bites it, it pulls it, and you get super, super excited. Let's reel it in, reel it in, reel it in, reel it in. The reason you wanted to even pull that fish in was literally just because you had a massive dopamine spike. You were so motivated to catch it and get the reward that you wanted. Okay, the same thing can be applied to any situation. What's the reward you want when you watch a TikTok video? You want to be entertained, or you want to be somewhat motivated or inspired, or whatever the feeling is, right? Your body, your brain is going to chase that in whatever way it can. It's going to keep scrolling to the next video, next video, next video, right? Until you find one that's super, super interesting. And then you're going to scroll again to find another one. And then you might click on this guy's account because it's super, super interesting. Or you're looking for like a hot girl or like a football edit. Whatever you want, your brain is going to do its best to find it and drive you to do that with motivation via dopamine. But the thing is, there is a thing such as expectation reward error. And this is where it gets a bit funny because let's say you expect the next video on TikTok to be super interesting, but it's just so boring. It's some bullshit that you don't even care about. Fuck sake. So your brain's gonna be like, okay, we'll scroll to the next one. That's gonna be interesting. And it's not. You scroll again and it's not. And you scroll again and it's not. And you scroll again and it's kind of interesting. But you because you've already been scrolling for an hour, it's not that interesting anymore because you've seen it like 10 times already. So you keep scrolling again and again and again. And your brain gets to a point where it doesn't even know what it's looking for, but you just keep mindlessly scrolling. Doom scrolling is the term for that. And the thing is, this was kind of useful for your ancestors because they would use it naturally in a way that would actually be beneficial towards them. Let's say they were looking for berries in the field, for example, not in the field, but like they were like scavenging, right, for berries. They'd go down this path and be like, okay, I bet there's going to be berries down there. They go down there, spend like 2 minutes. Oh, there's nothing down there. They turn around and come back. But they were so motivated and excited to do that because they had a dopamine spike. So next time they see a different path, they're going to go down that way and look there. Okay, wait, it's not there either. Come back. Keep looking and looking and looking until you find food. That's what dopamine is meant to do, motivate you and drive you to do shit that is good for you. But obviously, these like big companies that have these social medias, they've got people in fucking Silicon Valley who understand your brain 10,000 times better than you do, who are trying to like scam you or like hack your brain to keep you addicted to scrolling, keep you on their platforms, and take your attention and use that to make money, which is obviously kind of horrible. But the thing is, if you just let this take over your life, which you probably have, then it's going to make you feel so bad and horrible, like it did for me. And I want you to escape that. So now that you understand what is going on, we can actually attack this problem. And I'm going to tell you about that in a second. And the way you fix this is by understanding good and bad dopamine and enduring 3 days of intense pain. Okay? So, first thing I said, good and bad dopamine. Good dopamine is a dopamine spike you get with prior effort. And I'm talking real effort, not like you moved your finger like this to scroll on TikTok. I'm saying you go to the gym and you think, oh my days, this workout is so hard. I'm on the treadmill, it's been like 30 minutes. My legs are aching and I want to get off. And you are so excited to feel the comfort of coming off the treadmill that is giving you your dopamine spike. Those are the things you want, things of which you've probably heard the term before: delayed gratification, shit which is going to be hard now but you're going to enjoy it later. The reason my biceps are so fucking big is literally because I've worked out so many times and wanted to stop a set, but I've kept going, and the dopamine I've got from that has made me feel happy, and it's also made my biceps big as fuck, and I feel happy every single day looking at that when I wake up in the morning. I've got no pump or anything right now. But The thing is, when you indulge in bad dopamine, which is without prior effort, you get the opposite feeling. You feel worse and worse and worse, and you want to chase it again and again and again. Because the good dopamine, those spikes last and they kind of stay up for quite a long time until you're going to go work out again. Then it will drop down and rise up again, right? But the bad dopamine spikes, because the spike is so quick and so high, it makes you feel obviously much more pleasured. Like doing crack is more fun than hitting a set in the gym, or like scrolling TikTok for an hour is probably more fun than like going outside and speaking to people, which is obviously going to give you another dopamine spike. But if you have it without prior effort, that is extremely low effort, like scrolling, your body is going to be craving that massive dopamine spike again. Because yet again, these like Silicon Valley scientists and shit, they have like literally tricked your brain into wanting massive dopamine spikes again and again and again. Because every time you could think of, you have like a dopamine base level, right? Every time you have a spike, that really high spike, the base level drops. And then you want to get your baseline back up to here again. But it's not going to do that. You're going to look for a spike to get it above it. And now it's up here, but then it drops even lower and lower and lower. And that's another reason why you feel unmotivated and sad all the time. Okay? So make sure when you chase those good dopamine spikes that require prior effort, that delayed gratification, because the spike is so slow and steady, okay, and it lasts longer, like taking a cold shower, working out, being more social, all of this type of shit, because it gives you such a slow dopamine spike, your baseline level increases slowly and slowly and slowly, and you can recover your drive and motivation. Because discipline and willpower is amazing. It's amazing to use in reason. But when you really, really want to achieve your goals, the people who are always going to do it are the people who are the most motivated. They want to do it. They wake up in the morning and they're itching to fucking go. If you have to force yourself to get out of bed when you're fucking sleep deprived because you've been scrolling all night, you're just going to get beaten by someone like me, okay? Now, to really make this click is to make yourself more introspective. Ask yourself, what are my bad dopamine sources today? What have you indulged in today? Did you eat junk food? Did you scroll on TikTok? Did you masturbate? All of this shit is giving you bad dopamine spikes, which are going to decrease your baseline, make you less motivated, and make you feel depressed and sad. And then also try and incorporate more of the good dopamine things. Exactly. Stop picking those low hanging fruits like the fucking porn or like scrolling, all of this bullshit. Stop picking that shit and go for the climb higher up the fucking tree and get the big shit that you really want. That's going to taste so much better in the long run. Okay, because your little monkey lizard brain has forced you to be fat and like out of shape, depressed, ugly. All of this stuff is your own fault. And if you just turn it off and listen to what I'm saying, this is all going to click so easily. So more delayed gratification activities, literally exact day in the life that you could live to make this click is have a cold shower in the morning after you wake up, go do cardio without music, go on a long run, hop on the treadmill in the gym, 1 hour, just you and your fucking thoughts. You're going to be going bored out of your mind when you do this, but you're going to feel so much more pleasurable and calm afterwards. Then essentially do more things in your life which give you the moment like, I don't want to be here right now. I'm kind of itching to leave. I really want to leave. And those are the things which are going to heal your dopamine, the healthy activities, eating a cleaner diet, not watching like movies while you eat, just you and your thoughts while I'm eating. Take a deep breath, just relax, okay? Now, a pro tip is it's very, very difficult to cut off all of these things at once. So I'd focus on one at a time, okay? For this week, just try and get your screen time to under 2 hours. Next week, make it under 1 hour. Delete TikTok, delete Instagram, delete all your social media. That's the sources of it, okay? Work on your mental health, smile more, okay? I haven't mentioned this yet, but genuinely, if you smile more often, you're going to feel so much better, okay? And then aggressively pursue something that is super meaningful to you. Do you want to get in amazing shape? Are you kind of skinny fat right now? You can like DM me for coaching on that. I can literally pattern this. I've done it so many times. Honestly, if you want to fix your body, make that your biggest North Star goal in life and pursue that aggressively. You won't have time or purpose to avoid that shit. Even the TikToks that you watch are going to become motivational and exciting and learn more about the gym or whatever it is. That is almost in a way good dopamine. It's still, I recommend not being on any social media, maybe just YouTube to watch like longer length guides, etc., or buying like a paid course like mine. But honestly, this type of shit is going to make your life so much better if you pursue a new goal like reading books, studying in school, getting in amazing shape, all of that shit. And that removes so much friction because if you just take away bad habits and you have nothing to replace them with, that empty space is going to be crept back in with all the discomfort, and not the discomfort, the comfortable, easy, happy things. The devil is working the best when your mind is idle. Okay? That's my final tip for this video. Just make a daily timetable, get an hour, every single hour of the day. Just plot out what you want to do and do your best to follow it. Even if you don't do it perfectly, it's still going to be 10 times more productive compared to all of the shit you were doing before, right? Okay? Just try that. DM me for coaching because this was more of like a little rant, but haven't posted in a while. Good luck.